please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Buddy boy?
Who's Buddy Boy? Hey, I'm not gonna say it again. Get surprises. It's weird. Yeah, hop in and find out. I have no clue.
Turn around.
All in, right? Yeah, we'll put it on here and then we'll. Oh, yeah. As long as it's green.
Hey, if you want to bring me a full beverage, I'll take it. There you go. Mark here is going to give you a quick spiel before you go.
Alright guys, so into the turnstile, come out the yellow doors. When you get outside in the courtyard, 2 big wood doors, push the left one in, okay? There's
Two tickets for you.
in there and there's an icy surprise. Upstairs, 2 more rooms in your shop, go to the Horror Wax Museum. You can have it inside it, please. But the other bigger, grumpy and old, don't shake their hand. Come out there, take all the pictures you want, and have a good time.
Thank you.
Alright, you bet. Have fun.
It's a museum of death.
Guys, you're gonna go through the turnstile, come out the yellow doors. One's outside, 2 big doors.
Come back here, guys.
Yeah, we do.
Come out there, take all the pictures.
I see a short box or a long box on it.
Whoa. Dude, they have 21 kids.
Chang and Eng Bunker, conjoined twins from Siam. Their fame, along with the ignorance of many, is why the term Siamese Twins is used synonymously with all conjoined twins. They immigrated to America in 1829 and were soon shown off as a sideshow attraction. As their fame grew, so did their riches. Savvy businessmen, the twins later opened a store, purchased 200 acres of farming, and built a large home for themselves. But they each longed for the company of a woman. It was well known that the twins were fond of discussing attractive women with each other, although Victorian norms of the day found the idea of the brothers having actual love lives to be debauched. But Chang and Eng eventually married. A pair of farmers' daughters, sisters, Adelaide and Sarah Yates. Alternating their time between the two households, they managed to conceive 21 children, 10 by Chang, 11 by Eng. Yet the curious details regarding their private lives was disparaged by many to be scandalous. Now, as far as the relationship between the two twins, they did not always get along. Their personalities were vastly different. Oftentimes, they would get into arguments, which sometimes would result in fistfights. During this time, Chang took refuge in drinking, and Eng in gambling, and the brothers lost a sizable amount of their wealth. With their large family and dwindling fortune, they decided to go back into show business. They joined with Barnum's American Dime Museum in 1860, alongside General Tom Thumb, the Bearded Lady, and Zip the Pinhead, but never experienced the same amount of fortune as before. In 1870, during a transatlantic voyage, Chang suffered a debilitating stroke and was paralyzed on his right side, leaving Eng to physically support his brother's body. In 74, Chang contracted a severe case of bronchitis, and during the night of January 16th, Eng woke to find his brother had died. It was said that Eng asked for his wife and children, as the doctor was called in an emergency separation. But it was too late. Eng passed away 3 hours later due to shock. During the autopsy, it was stated that Chang died due to a blood clot in the brain.
You guys should read this. This is freaking amazing. Who was the first one?
You know what? No, did the first
you
first
read about
person
the
to do a
shrunken
shrunken
head?
head?
Like how the We've been reading everything. We're actually learning, about stuff. Did you read about the conjoined twins?
Yeah.
Dude,
Those
did
guys,
you read-
that's a great story.
Did you read it though?
No.
Did you? You should read it.
I know their stories.
Do you? How many kids they have? How they die? There's something in there, but I think it's going to the end. I was wondering something you could go into. So that's like I've always thought that was the Fiji mermaid.
I think that's another Fiji.
It's a mysterious sea devil.
I thought that was a sea devil.
Oh, I think that's the sea devil.
Yeah. Here's a severed hand, like the Pearl Jam.
Severed hand. Did you go in?
Like your lips are sewn shut. Oh, those are shrunken heads, aren't they?
These are 3 of the casts. This is freaking Patterson, Kimmel, and Bigfoot casts.
That's OG.
That's OG.
I don't know what's really real.
That's part of the fun.
That's part of the fun of it.
Honestly, it really
That's
is.
part of the fun of it. I think that's a shrunken head. I think that is a shrunken head.
Bind their feet and stick them in there.
But that's small.
Yep.
But that's small.
Amy, you should look up
That's
and
like
see.
voodoo rituals.
I love the hand on the hip. I think it
You should look on
is
and see
stylish.
what their feet look like. Your toes are like
You know the guy that has the enhanced footage? You talk about the braid? Dude, it has a braid. Nobody reads it. That's an English teacher episode. Foot cast. That's the cripple foot cast. If you were to fake a Bigfoot, like you're gonna put somebody in a costume, First of all, would you make it female? No, you would not. Second,
I would.
No, would you though?
Sexist, you're being sexist.
Oh, okay, maybe I am, but I don't think that, like,
Why?
generally speaking,
You wouldn't.
because you wouldn't. I wouldn't. Maybe you would think of that, but I don't think these two dudes would have thought to, like, let's add an added
Female,
layer
like,
to it. And
yeah.
let's let you know what. Let's make. No, I don't think so. And to have it have a scar, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And a braid, right?
I trust this. And a braid. It has a braid. And it has a braid. Like, you wouldn't.
So it's stylish as well.
It
Extra
has
layer.
like
Extra layer.
it has.
You guys like it here too.
I think this one's bullshit.
It's like so much of this is Dawn draping and yeah, it's mystery balls.
You don't buy this one?
Because.
Oh, Yeti?
No, I mean, I'm not saying there's not a Yeti. This particular story, I've heard this one.
Where was this found somewhere?
It's based on, like, what people said it looked like?
It's just
Or is this just a fun?
I think that's
Okay.
it's a good storytelling.
Because the tea, I just kind of feel like.
Where are you guys from, Jordan? Oh, okay.
That's the original.
Nice.
Yeah, that's dope. That's cool. Oh, it's all CGI.
I mean,
You know, in 1917, at the LA Zoo, they had a two-headed snake.
yes.
You remember that? And like when, you know, as this kid, like maybe we go to like a zoo field trip. That was all the two-headed snake.
Famous.
As we go. And now at the LA Zoo, they actually have like a little plaque of like the legend of the it used to be the two-headed snake. Like, I remember seeing that guy.
This guy looks pretty good. Who do you think he is? Right on the character he is.
Good model shit. Two-headed baby.
Man-faced fish.
Well, that's from that's Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. Okay.
We should do that.
Do you guys know the Bet's mystery sphere? You know that story? That's it. I love that story.
What is that?
It's like an orb that a boy found, took it home, and then when they would roll it, it would sort of change direction. It also has a radio frequency coming from it.
That's it, but where is it?
Right. Oh, right. Yeah, I gave you.
That's not it.
It says right there.
That's not it.
I think that's it.
I don't think that's it.
What's that smells out here?
saying that. It's so nuts.
Yeah.
This is
Picture and eyes.
Yeah, Sean. And then we're gonna rip away
One of the weirdest, as well as one of the most melancholy stories of human deformity, is the strange and tragic tale of Edward Mordrake. Mordrake was said to have been heir to one of the noblest peerages in England. He never claimed the title, however, and committed suicide in his 23rd year. He lived in complete seclusion, refusing to visit even the members of his own family. He was a young man of fine attainments, a profound scholar and a musician of rare ability. His figure was remarkable for its grace, and his face, that is to say his natural face, was that of an Antinous. But upon the back of his head was another face, occupying only a small portion of the posterior part of the skull, yet exhibiting every sign of intelligence of a malignant sort. It would be seen to sneer when Mordrake was happy, and smile while he was weeping. The eyes would follow the movements of the spectator, and the lips would gibber without ceasing. No voice was audible, but Mordrake professed that he was kept from his rest at night by the hateful whispers of his devil twin, which never sleeps but talks to me forever of such things as they only speak of in hell. No imagination can conceive the dreadful temptations it sets before me. For some unforgiven wickedness of my forefathers, I am knit to this fiend, for a fiend it surely is. I beg and beseech you to crush it out of human semblance, even if I die for it. Such were the words of the hapless Mordrake to Manvers and Treadwell, his physicians. In spite of careful watching, he managed to procure poison, whereof he died, leaving a letter requesting that the demon face might be destroyed before his burial, lest it continues its dreadful whisperings in my grave. At his own request, he was interred in a waste place, without stone or legend to mark his grave.
Yeah, they're in here.
Video man.
Did you read this story?
Everybody read these stories.
Oh, okay. The gift shop was good.
Wait.
Oh my god.
It's gone. No. Look at it's hairy. Anyway, these are good video. I did.
You couldn't do it?
No.
Think I could?
Maybe.
Me too, Kong.
I didn't know that. So Nosferatu, they made it without getting you know, like it's basically a loose retelling of Bram Stoker's Dracula. So the names and details changed because the studio could not obtain the rights to the novel. Nevertheless, the film almost disappeared after Bram Stoker's widow successfully sued the studio with the edict to destroy all existing copies. Luckily, a print sent overseas escaped the purge, and the film went on to become regarded. So there was one. Dude, he looks like. It was Ben Kingsley, right? In Hugo?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you look at that picture and you're
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's see, like I feel like this could have been also wherever they got those. Like this could have been in a wax museum as well. Like it's got, like And you know what? You know where it could be from? Is the Movie Land Wax Museum, right? That's closed, right? Or the. What's that? Absolutely. Oh, yeah. No, I'd come back for sure. Yeah, it's awesome. If you like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're all the same.
We were supposed to ask somebody down here about somebody who knew a family that was feeding a family of Bigfoots.
Mark.
What?
Someone knows about the family that feeds
there's a
Bigfoot.
family that's feeding a family of Bigfoots.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you 3 minutes. Whatever you need.
All right. Okay, so you know the Blackburn guy?
Okay.
The guy with a cowboy hat, leather cowboy hat, kind of a redneck. He was headed towards Bogey Creek to give a seminar. So he came in. I grew up in Minnesota.
Okay.
So went camping 40,000 times. Nothing, but we were always drunk a lot.
Sure.
You know? So, he comes in and he goes, I said, you know, what's one of your coolest stories? And he goes, well, I know some people in Minnesota up by Duluth, and they've been feeding them for decades. And I'm going, and he goes, they can't tell anybody. They can't, you know,
because otherwise
everybody
it would be,
and they would be dead in a minute and whatever. And, you know, I told him, I feed the deer, love it. I can't imagine go out in my backyard feeding fucking Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? So, and he wouldn't make that shit up because that's what he does.
Right.
That's all he does.
Right.
So, I just thought that was one of the coolest stories I've heard of.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Our grandma, who was not one to tell tales at all, we lived in Mount Shasta, and she said about a month, I think it was September, there was something. They lived out in a house, but they were out in the woods. Like there weren't a lot of people around. And she said in September, for about a month, there was something that was outside, and it would howl. And she's like, it wasn't a bear. It wasn't like it's something.
Right.
And then it wouldn't in other words, it sounded like it migrated. It was only there for a bit. And she told us
these Native Americans from Oklahoma, and we were talking about Bigfoots and whatnot, and it'd be 162. And she goes, you know, our culture believes in a lot of things, yours doesn't. And so, you know, we're talking about Bigfoot and Myra, and she says, they're definitely there, and they've been there forever. And then they were talking about fairies. So there's a picture on my phone of one outside their house. But she works for a school up there that's been there forever, like, you know, way back. And the school video cameras are showing the inside of the school, and there's this weird light in the front entrance, and then all of a sudden there's this fairy. You can see every detail.
Wow.
Flying around the room, and she goes, you know, there's a lot of things that we know that you don't. You want a little bang?
No, thank you.
Okay. But I mean, that freaked me out. And she goes, they're not very friendly. And I'm going, oh, so the fairies,
they're not.
That is the story of the Fae. Like if you go back across the pond,
I mean, they're not Tinkerbell. Well, they are kind of Tinkerbell, but like in a mean way.
Yeah. And they said, you know, we have little people, that, especially around the river and whatever, and they have their own geographical area. And he goes, you know, you don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
You know, but we talked for like an hour, and I was like, and I wanted the video of that film, but it was too big to transfer to my phone. I'm going, oh my God. I mean, and you know, I hear stories of fucking East Texas all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Just
Yeah.
weird shit. you
Where
know?
did the wax figures come from? Where did
Well,
you guys get those?
he had a wax museum that was separate.
Where?
It was, I think, on Congress.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And
So
so
here.
they bought
Oh,
the
okay.
land,
All right.
and then all the money they'd put into that, they had to put it here.
Yeah.
So now it's up there. But,
Okay.
But
Those were amazing figures.
They are, yeah.
The
Yeah.
King Kong and the
Yeah.
King, and that's why-
Yeah.
Pretty good. Sorry, was that a little loud here?
There's debates, like, there's a Rudy's is another barbecue place, and Salt Lake is another barbecue place. I mean, everyone has debates, and they argue what's their favorite. You know, I think Rudy's has the best sauce, but Salt Lake has better meat, I think, like, better meat quality. Theirs is, like, a better mixture of, like, sweet, thick-ish, medium thick anyway, and, like, spicy. This one is a little more vinegary than theirs, so a little less molassesy.
Yeah, it's not
a little
sweet
less sweet.
barbecue.
Yeah, this one is more vinegary.
Texas
Also
barbecue
fine
is
though. It's
not
not
sweet
nothing's bad.
Don't
with
they have a
this sauce.
spicy one?
I think you're thinking of Rudy's.
Yeah,
Kansas
Rudy's
City
has
is more of
regular
like
and
a
sissy.
sweet
Kansas
barbecue,
City. Oh no, that was New York
that's
City.
New
My
York
bad.
City.
Kansas
Let's take it over.
City. No,
Somebody
it's
say
okay,
it.
I can do it.
Somebody say
New York City.
Get a rope. Thank you.
I got you, but like.
And this used to be the entrance right here. I guess this check in here. This was like the drive-in. This was where you drove in.
Wish I could capture the smell. You know what I mean?
There's like certain like actors and actresses that roll into one where I missed it. What's it, Melissa McCarthy? I feel like really. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
and that's probably it's probably like her title that I'm like, I like everybody. I like everybody.
Right. It's all good. Yeah.
So
I can see why you like that.
Action
Jay. I can see why you like that.
and looking great.
Walking, watching other people walk.